Welcome to Zoom TV, the show where we explore everything that drives,
flies and floats, and take you along for the experience.
Only Ross Dunkerton could get away with that, can't you, mate? Now, we're coming to you from our new sponsor, Wangara Volkswagen, and they're huge.
It is huge, and they are one of the only dealerships that sell passenger cars and commercials. Guess what I'm doing, Aaron?
What are you doing, mate?
I'm going out to the RAC Driving Centre to test drive the brand new Amarok. Volkswagen's entry into this market is a good one.
And Ross, guess who our Sanders celebrity hitchhiker is today?
Wouldn't have a clue.
Dean Herridge. Do you know him?
Know him very well.
He is a rally car driver.
Yeah, very good. But Dad's sort of a bit average.
Did he beat you?
No.
You're one of the only one that hasn't.
For the last 12 years, been contracted to Subaru to drive in the Australian Championship.
Okay, mate, the show's set. Are you set?
I'm ready. Seatbelts on. Get ready for Zoom TV.
Here on Zoom TV, we love bringing things to you that fly, drive and float, helping you experience the product and learn more about it. And we couldn't do that without the help of our partners. Well, today I'm excited to announce we have a new partner joining the fold, and that is Wangara Volkswagen. I'm going to go inside now and find out exactly what makes them tick. Now, normally when we're meeting a new partner for the first time, we go straight to the person in charge and they tell us all about their product or company. But today, we thought we'd go to one of the workers, someone that works with the product each and every day. Rob, how are you?
Very well.
Now, before I ask you my questions, I just want to ascertain your qualifications. How long have you worked with the Volkswagen product?
13 years, all told.
Well, tick that box with experience. I want to know why the Volkswagen product is so mechanically ahead of everything else.
Simply the amount of research they put into development of the cars. I mean, the amount of research that goes into some of these cars is incredible. Technologically, they're very, very advanced. And because of that, we can use crossover parts from model to model, so it keeps the price down. They're always striving to be the best. They're always striving to put new technologies into vehicles, which makes the customer's life so much more comfortable.
Do Volkswagen change any of the technology or any, I suppose, attention to detail, whether it be the entry-level Volkswagen, all the way through to the Touareg, which is the executive level?
No, they're all built to the same exacting standards, and I think that's exactly right.
And they all come with the same warranty?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing I like about Volkswagen is some of the people at home might not know that they own Audi, Porsche. Now, they go and buy those companies, obviously, because they're a good brand, but they also buy them to get access to their technology and share that technology with every other vehicle that they make.
Yeah, definitely. They use this information across the various platforms of vehicle, as they're called. And the more models you make, the more you can cater for every individual.
Is it true they're going to be making 10 million models next year?
Yes, that's the aim 2014. They're going to sell 10 million cars worldwide.
What's your favourite part of the Volkswagen technology engine-wise?
The way we managed to get such good litres per 100 kilometres out of a vehicle that still drives very sportily, all down to efficiency and weight, and they work very, very hard on these things, and it's instilled in you the minute you do any sort of introduction to the brand.
Okay. Yeah, my final question. What car would you drive if you were able to choose any of the range out of Volkswagen?
Probably the Touareg.
Yeah.
But my wife would go with the Golf GTI, I think.
Well, you're going to end up with the GTI, you know that, don't you?
Yes.
Happy wife, happy life. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Now, if you'd like to know more about Wangara Volkswagen, make sure you jump onto wangaravolkswagen.com.au or follow the links from ahg.com.au.
Oh, this brings back some memories, Aaron.
What memories are they, Roscoe?
Well, many years ago, I was an apprenticed motor mechanic for a Volkswagen dealership.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Were you just spinning another Roscoe? Yeah.
No, true.
Okay,
but
mate,
the dealership was nothing like this. This is 9 hoists, I counted, and they've got 9 technicians here.
Have you got like
big operation?
A certificate or something that
I
can
have,
ascertain what you're saying is the truth?
And clean fingernails now.
Doesn't prove anything, Roscoe. Now, did you know at Volkswagen, they actually give you 6 years cap price servicing?
That's the go, isn't it?
It
The
is.
servicing is a big part of keeping the car going. And 6 years, that's good, that's excellent.
So you actually know for the next 6 years what it's going to cost to service your vehicle every single year.
And talking about Volkswagens, I'm going out to the RAC Driving Centre to test drive the Amarok Ultimate after the break.
Oh, look out.
Today we're going to look at a type of vehicle that I've owned personally for nearly 2 decades. Why? Well, they're versatile, practical, and more or less go anywhere. I'm talking about a 4-wheel drive diesel dual cab. Now they've come ahead in leaps and bounds from those early days as a tradesman ute. Today they are something else. This one is new to the market. It's the VW Amarok Ultimate. Likewise, also relatively new, is the dealership where this vehicle lives, Volkswagen Wangara. And it's the only Metro Volkswagen dealership north of the river that handles both passenger cars and commercials. Now the Amarok comes in both single and dual cab, and it boasts that it's the first ute in its class to obtain the very important NCAP 5-star safety rating, with such things as ABS, Hill Start Assist, Hill Descend Assist, and new generation ESP. This one comes with 19-inch alloys, Vienna leather heated seats, chrome rear bumper, and a 6.5-inch touchscreen radio with not 4 or 5 but 6 speakers. Now the only downside of owning a dual cab of any make is the size of the rear carrying capacity, but that is not a problem with the Amarok. Now check this out. There's enough room in here to actually load in 2 pallets. Also, there are tie-down points in each corner to be able to secure that load. Now, this unit is powered by a 2-litre twin-turbo engine, which produces 120 kilowatts of power and a very handy 400 newton metres of torque. Now, the entry is excellent, and those all-important seats are very comfortable. The transmission is a ZF torque converter 8-speed auto, giving the Amarok a very low, very usable crawler first gear, and 6 is overdrive. Now no other dual cab can match that. Its fuel usage is 8.3 litres per 100 kilometres, and the interior dimensions make it the most spacious in its class, and the safety and emissions either meet or exceed those of most passenger cars. They drive and ride like any sedan. And if going off-road, you simply go into off-road mode, where the ESP system, plus the electronic diff lock, anti-slip regulation system and ABS are all retuned for off-road conditions. Amazingly, this can be switched on at up to 100 kilometres per hour. While the Amarok is not the biggest seller presently in this market, an increase of just on 300% this year means they must be doing something right. Volkswagen's entry into this market is a good one. The engine is a pearler. It can tow up to 3,000 kilos. The transmission is good and the overall appearance is acceptable. How would I put it? I think it's high, wide and handsome. A 3-year warranty or unlimited mileage is also a plus. When we look back in time, the humble Volkswagen Beetle was always known for a quality build and reliability, and I'm happy to say the Amarok is carrying on in that tradition. For a test drive, head north to Wangara Volkswagen, or for more information on the ultimate dual cab, click onto zoomtv.com.au and follow the links.
Thank you very much to the RAC Drivers Centre for allowing Mr Dunkerton to go there with the Amarok. Now, you might not believe this after watching the way he drove the Amarok, that he in fact is a rally car driver. Now, we recently attended the Quit Targa West Road Rally in WA, where I found out that Ross Dunkerton in fact won the first 2 events. So here is a special montage that we put together that covers just how great a driver the great man is.
Okay, this is where the serious part of the rally starts. This is the John Forrest National Park. 6 kilometres, tight, twisty, narrow and bumpy. For the serious competitor, 110% concentration and we're away.
The irony of this remark will be no surprise to those who know Ross Dunkerton. For the benefit of everyone else, sit back and enjoy the ride.
Give it the number.
Then right 5.5.
Right 5.5. Okay.
To plus. Right entry on crest long, then left fast left 3, loose maybe.
Come on around there.
4.5 close.
Come on.
100. Left 5.5. 200.
200. She's high speed here.
To plus. Left 4 close.
High speed. Hold the phone. Here we come. Oh, yes, sir.
80.
Pull it in tight. Come on.
4 close. To plus. Right 5.5 on crest close.
Out there were angels. Be it a
Left
treat.
entry fast right 3. 80. Right 6 on crest.
Come on. Okay, there's some wildflowers over there. Kangaroo paws.
200. Right
Absolutely
5.5 close.
fantastic. Come on.
Right 3 long.
Hands high and land fire. Come on.
50. This is your right 3 long, I think.
Get on the pedal. Dunko, what are you doing?
4.5.
4.5. Right 4.5. That's full noise.
200.
Oh, yes, sir.
3.5. Then right 3 loop.
3.5 means it's slightly tighter now. We're coming into a
Right
tight,
three loop.
right-hander. This is fairly quick. Have a feel of those Silverstone tyres, you
200.
snorter.
Left 3 loop. To
Into it.
200. To plus. Left 4.5. To 200.
Nothing on the clock for the maker's name.
Fast left 3 here. 150.
I'm giving it the old 1-2. I'm doing the J-O-B here. Come on!
Right 4 close.
Covering more dirt than Burke and Wells.
5.5. Then right 4 on crest. 100.
Come on!
4 wide exit. To plus flowing finish.
Here we go, here we
Right
go.
4.
Snorter!
Then right 4 stop.
Modern category leader is definitely not in a spin, or at least on the surface.
We've got about 50 people would like to be in our position right at this stage of the game, so I can't make a mistake.
Without a major setback, Ross Dunkerton cannot be seriously challenged for the win. So, the elder statesman of this event, the grand old master of rallying, Ross Dunkerton, beats the competition home in the inaugural Quit Targa West Rally. A well-deserved and popular win with almost everyone.
There you go. You'd have to agree, Mr. Dunkerton is a very, very, very special man. More of Zoom TV coming up right after this break. You know, human beings all have something in common, and that is our ego. We're constantly striving to build bigger and better things. Bigger buildings, longer bridges, or even the next fastest car. Today, thanks to Asanda, I'd like to introduce you to Australian Fleet Sales, a unique new age vehicle dealership driven to sell more cars than any other dealer, no matter what the cost. When I say Australian Fleet Sales are big, I mean they're huge because they've got cars and more cars and more cars and more cars and more cars. With hundreds of cars available and stock constantly changing, you're definitely going to find the car that you want. Now, Brett, thanks for having us out to your dealership. I've got to mention first, your yard's bigger than I thought it was, and we're actually on the world's biggest golf cart, which is pretty cool.
Everything's big at Australian Fleet Sales. I mean, you look at our stock, we hold 800 cars, 8 dealerships. We try and make it all big and nice and easy. I mean, we work on high volume, low profits. You won't find marble showrooms, but you'll find a hell of a lot of cars here. At the end of the day, I think we've got one of the biggest stock holdings in New South Wales with 800 cars, and customers love the fact that they can choose from over 800 cars, all makes and models. We don't just stock Fords, we don't just stock Holdens like a normal dealership. We stock everything. Whatever's hot, we'll stock it.
You're always constantly turning things over, so you know, drop in and you never know what you will see. I mean, you'll even see a horse.
Well, we believe we do. I mean, we work on high volume. That's what we want to do. We want to turn over 220 cars a week. With that 220 cars, there's a fresh 220 coming in, and it's what's hot. You know, that's what we're out there buying, what our customers want. We listen to what our customers want, what the market wants, and then we go and buy it. Every week there's another 220 cars coming in, so it's massive turnover.
Okay, now, Brett, you don't just wake up one day and go to yourself, okay, I'm going to have a big car yard. Where did it start? Where did the idea develop from?
The family's been doing it for 2 generations, so Ford dealerships, Toyota dealerships, and then many years ago I decided to stick to used cars. That's what I love. And at the end of the day, if you look at the marketplace, there's no one who really specialises in used cars, and that's all we do. We specialise in used cars. We love used cars. We get out of bed wanting to sell used cars, and at the end of the day, it's a passion that we have in finding the right car out there in the marketplace to retail and move on to someone else.
So you could probably tell us right now, what is the hot car that people are getting into?
Oh, look, four-wheel drives are hot. You know, four-wheel drives, everyone is after that four-wheel drive. Doesn't matter about petrol prices, you know. In our market, which is catering to the families, you know, they want that seven-seater, the five-seater. They want something they can go away with, travel up the coast in and do all that sort of stuff. So very hot, but it changes daily. If a car's hot out there, we've got it. That's our plan.
You touched on it before, that people will get a great price, but you know, what about warranty and after-sales support?
Everything's big here, so even our service centres and warranty is big here. So, I mean, 8 dealerships, there's 8 service centres, mechanics waiting to service your car. If there's an issue, we look at it and we fix it. I mean, that's what dealers do. That's why you buy from a dealer, you don't buy privately. So, well, that's my theory anyway. So, yeah, no, our after-sales service is second to none. And most cars are under new car warranty. So, you know, we're selling 2-year-old cars, they're under new car warranty. So, you've got reliable backup.
Okay, well, you buy from a dealer, you get extended warranties, or you get warranties, and you also get finance and help with that. What about that stuff?
That's all. It's crucial to the buying process of buying a motor car. It's the second biggest decision someone will make in their life. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. 30% of our business is now coming from repeat business. So it's mum and dad or someone who bought a car 3 years ago is coming back and buying again, and 30% of our turnover is that. So they wouldn't be coming back if they weren't happy.
Australian Fleet Sales are happy to give you a valuation on your current car, or even trade it in. They have a huge servicing department, and they offer a free 4-wheel drive training course on their custom-built 4-whil drive track. They also have a great website that gives you daily updates on what cars are available. Simply register your details at australianfleetsales.com.au and they'll let you know when new stock comes in. Now, don't go thinking Australian Fleet Sales is a one-hit wonder or even a car charity just giving cars away. You see, all they've done is simplified the car buying process. Most dealerships survive on selling a handful of cars to cover their running costs, whereas here they focus on selling more, which means less margins. So they win, and so do you, and they've been doing it for 15 years. To find out more, go to australianfleetsales.com.au or follow the links from Zoom TV. If you're looking for that perfect commercial, something with a bit of luxury and guts, or you're after that sporty car that you can take the roof off and feel the wind through your hair, or not, you'll get it here at Wangara Volkswagen. After the break, I catch up with this week's celebrity hitchhiker, and it's Dean Herridge, Subaru rally car driver. That's after the break, thanks to Asanda on Zoom TV. Our celebrity hitchhiker today is Dean Herridge. How are you, Dean Herridge?
Very well, mate. How are you?
Now, you're a rally driver, which is just awesome to see people out there, you know, doing the sport that they love. You've won a few things. Take us through your career.
Yeah, I tell my mates it looks good in the brochure. Lots of hard work there. Look, I'm a second-generation driver. At the end of the day, my father, Rob, won a couple of Australian championships and my idol in a lot of ways, and I was able to, luckily enough, follow in his footsteps and started off beating the Hyundais around the bush locally and then nationally, and for the last 12 years been contracted to Subaru to drive in the Australian Championship and found myself in China and the Asia Pacific driving for people like Cusco and stuff like that. So no, it's been a great ride, and like you say, doing something you love, fantastic.
If someone was out there and they wanted to follow in your footsteps, how would they get involved?
Look, it's easy to get involved in rallying. There's some great clubman series here locally. You know, it's clubs that you can join and either become an official and get involved in grassroots motorsport and rallying, and then they can take you right to do the state championship. You can run a round of the Australian series, which we have over here in Perth, and then it builds up from there. As you show pace and you try and get a little bit of support on board, you can venture further than that and do the Australian series, and then even better, maybe overseas or make a career of it. But a lot of hard work, and I probably haven't realised, now I'm getting a little bit older, I look back, I must have been pretty keen about it because I've sacrificed a bit over the time and really obviously wanted to be a rally driver at the end of the day.
What was the career highlight so far?
Look, I suppose any championships, to pull together, we won the 2011 Targa Championship, and to have a Subaru beat some Lamborghinis and Jim Richards in his Porsche is pretty amazing. Pacific Cup champion in the Asia Pacific. Okay, now it's time for the Asanda Fast 5. I know you're sweating. Okay, so what was the first car you ever owned? First car I owned was actually the family car that I sort of half inherited, was a Rover, 3.5 litre V8. A 1983 model. It's actually a good-looking car.
Okay, the second question is, what is your opinion of the best car on the road and why?
For me, I love the GT Liberties. Turbocharged. I mean, I get to drive STIs and WXs in spirited motorsport and that a fair bit. So what I think I like about the GT is it's almost one of those cars with a bit of luxury involved.
Okay, this is the big one. This is where it comes down to. Let's see how many friends you have left after this one. What's your opinion of the worst car ever made that was on the streets?
I tell you a car I don't get. I've never driven one. I don't get for particularly Australia. Is a smart car.
Okay, now, second last question. What car do you drive today?
I'm very lucky to be driving a GT Liberty.
And the final question, what is your greatest fear?
Yeah, not being good enough is a bit of a fear. Whatever that is, in life, in rallying, in motorsport, not being good enough. I aim pretty high.
Okay, well, I'm going to wreck all of those. I think you're a great bloke. I've had a great day. But there is something me and the crew want to tell you, the reason this car is parked here and we haven't picked you up because we've run out of fuel. So while you go and get a jerry can, I'm going to wrap the show up. Thank you very much. You've been a great bloke. And we're done. Thank you very much to everyone that came on the show. Ross Dunkerton, this week's Asanda celebrity hitchhiker, Dean Herridge, our new partner, Wangara Volkswagen, helped out by Rob, and of course, everyone else that contributed to the show. Now, if you want to know more about the show, go to our website, zoomtv.com.au, or grab our free iPhone app, made free thanks to Asanda. It'll tell you when your next service is due or your registration. Now, don't forget, whatever you do that Zooms, make sure you do it safe. We'll catch you next week. And that's a wrap.